I'll be honest, I don't really care too much about this because I never go back and play the old games, especially online, out of all things. But I know that there are some of you who do care, so let's go on ahead and talk about it. WWE 2K23 will be shutting down their servers, and apparently they're not doing it on September 30th anymore, but it will be down the line, possibly by the end of the year. Now, I know a lot of people are worried about this, especially if you are one of those people that think that WWE 2K24 is not worth the upgrade. You're going to be stuck on 2K23 with no servers by the time this year ends, most likely. Now, I do think that that is a huge problem because whether people want to upgrade or not, it's their business. It's their financial decision. It's what they want to do. Do they feel it's worth it? No. Do they feel it's worth it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that's their preference, their decision. And I'm not, super cool with 2K trying to push everybody forward. Obviously, it is a business decision. From a business perspective, I think that it is probably the best thing that you can do when it comes to WWE 2K24 and just pushing people over to that game to get more sales and basically just force people to buy the new game. So can't really blame them from a business perspective, but I think from loyalty and fan and just protecting the fan base, I definitely think that it's not the best thing to do when it comes to that. Now, I do think that 2K24 is probably going to be cheap by the time this happens to 2K23. So for those that are looking to get yourself a copy, I mean Black Friday, usually by Christmas they drop the price. So if you don't have 2K24 yet and you are worried about the servers dropping, you can probably buy the game for about 25-30 bucks, honestly, around that time. So it's not really like a crazy problem, but I do understand where people are coming from. I mean, community creations, all of that basically data that everybody uploaded is gone. I mean, the online servers not working is gone as well. And the online service is it's a conversation on its own that we usually have a lot. But, for 2K23, I don't know who plays online at that game at this point. You know what I'm saying? Personally, it's not a game that I'm going back to unless it's for a YouTube project or something like that. But again, I do understand where others are coming from who are upset about this. Now, 2K obviously changed it for a reason. They probably felt that it was too early, which I do think it's extremely early. I feel like if you are shutting servers off before a full year of the new game being out, I think that is super stingy and not good, for the fan base. If you're shutting off the servers 6-7 months after the new game just dropped, that is not a cool look at all, in my opinion. We had games who literally lasted for years before they were shut off, and I know that it is in 2K's budget. They can definitely keep these servers on. I don't know how much money it costs to keep these servers on, but I definitely think that they can do something, and I think that just removing all of that data, the uploads, the characters, the arenas, everything that's uploaded into community creations, and just removing that from being able to be uploaded is a tough look. Now, in their defense, they may say, 2K23 came out in 2023. We're shutting it off close to 2025, which is about a year and a half, which still, again, I think that whole first year, that was us being on the game. And then for people that haven't upgraded yet or don't have the means to upgrade yet, you're shutting down the servers 6-7 months later, or were projected to shut them down before that idea switched. I don't think that should be happening. That is affecting players all over the world who may not be able to afford the new game. So that's just my 2 cents with that. Hopefully with these servers, we do see an increase, a boost in time that we have with that game, because I could easily want to go for a throwback, go to community creations 2 months from now and download a character or two and play a game, and I might not do that, but I know some other people might. When I was younger, I used to do that as well. I used to go back on the old games. Let me run this game real quick. Let me see how it played, and I know a lot of people who went back from 24 to 23 because they felt that it was the better game to them, which to each their own. Personally, I feel that 24 is better, but I know a lot of people did like 23. Now, guys, I definitely want to go on ahead and hop into my faction. We do see that there is an Undertaker card that was recently leaked. It is a Persona card, and it is the American Badass Persona card, which, again, I like this, and like I said before, I am a fan of the My Faction mode, but I do think that selling these cards as Persona cards when they were in the game previous years leaves a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I cannot lie. You want to see, My Faction grow and be successful as a fan of the game. If that's successful, they'll continue pumping content into it, which is super dope. But I do think that Undertaker, that version of Undertaker, should definitely just be in the game. I don't know why we're charging people for, you know, attires that were in the game previously. Again, they want to make money. I get it from a business perspective, but at the end of the day, you have to service your fans. And I think that this is one of those things where it's like, you're making me spend packs on oddities, or however you make me get these oddities, when that attire should have been in the game off rip. So that's just my 2 cents when it comes to my faction. I want to see that, you know, continue to grow, and it looks like, you know, that Undertaker card is now a part of the collections and stuff like that, so you can go in ahead and check that out. But I definitely wanted to mention it because I definitely think that we can use some common sense when it comes to these cards. Big Papa Pump, that's one that was in my faction last year. It is going to come out later on, you know, this year, as well as we've already seen a render or so. So I think that this game, my faction, it's meshing okay. We're getting content. Persona cards are coming out. It's all getting pumped correctly. The only thing is that Randy Orton card is another example of the Undertaker stuff. These cards were already in the game to begin with. You guys are ripping them out to then sell them to us. And again, that's what leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because there is tons of wrestlers with different attires that you guys could use. I mean, you guys could go back and pull like the very beginning of Undertaker and sell him to us as an attire instead of this, you know, American Badass persona that we've already had in the game before. That should still be in the game. And I think that that's a reoccurring issue with WWE games. Every single year, they seem to put more attires and different types of characters in the game, and then they pull them right back out right when it's time, you know, for us to play the new game. And personally, I don't really appreciate it. I think that we should, you know, continue adding on to the game, not add and then take 8 steps backward. And it seems like they changed the roster up a lot, and from what I know, the WWE license basically controlled by WWE. Whatever they want in the game, however they want a character to be presented, that is WWE's call, which I completely understand and I completely get from, you know, a 2K point of view, where they don't have the freedom and control and access that most fans think they have. Now, I'm telling y'all that because I do know this from other content creators who know as well, and they've made that very clear. So that's one thing that I do want to point out with the 2K team. It's something that we want to see succeed, we want to see win, but at the same time, WWE has full control over this. So that's just my 2 cents with this. I definitely want to see more characters get added and less of them get ripped out the game to then sell them back to us. Just want to see things continue being added on, and new attires and new characters making their way onto the game through the My Faction mode. But that is going to be my 2 cents today, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know down below, how do you feel about the WWE 2K23 servers shutting down in the next couple of months, and the Undertaker persona card? What persona cards you want to see next? Maybe we'll make a video on that soon. Nonetheless though, I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.